professor. I know you're probably watching through one of millions of these, so I'll make it nice and quick. I've already answered them. Here's like all my work, but obviously I'll go through. So the very first thing that we were supposed to do was to clean the data set, so that's simply just highlighting up here, filtering them by hitting Control Shift L. This way we're able to filter through, make it nice and easy. For example, if we were to go runtime right here, go largest to smallest, we'll see right here that there's lots of errors, so we can just simply highlight it and then hide it for now. It's only 31 out of 100, so we'll be fine. But then let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see, go back, and then let me go ahead and hop into number 1 right away. So we're asking about the trend for overall, as long as the highest revenue and the highest risk out of all the years. So first thing I did was create a pivot table, years in the column, revenue. I then got the sum of the revenue, color formatted it so you can see the highest year, which was 2016. I then added another revenue, but just this time changed the field settings to standard deviation. That way we were able to see the spread and the risk, essentially being that the larger the spread, the more risk there would be. And that was in 2015 right here, as you can see. Then percent change, this is how we're able to see the overall trend. And if you're rushing out of time, you can always just go ahead and make a chart. And as you can see, an upward trend around 5 to 50%. On to number 2. The top 5 primary production companies, the highest overall revenue in the last 10 years, and then the number of movies, the average cost, and the average revenue. So for this one, I again made a pivot table, put all the production companies on the left, and then some of the revenue as the values. I then sorted the revenue to largest to smallest, and then I filtered it so it would only show the top 5 right here, as you can see. Makes it nice and easy. And then put the count of the ID. It could be any average of the revenue and budget. Again, I just changed the field settings in that, and that's how I got my answered. Simply just copy it and then paste it into here. How many production companies were released in the movies through 2000 through 2016. So I highlighted all the production companies. I then pasted it over here where it wouldn't interfere with anything. I highlighted it again, and I removed the duplicate so it would only appear once. And then I use a count A function to get my answer. I use count A because these are all non-numeric values. Then on to number 4. This one was a little bit more tricky just because the data didn't directly give you an answer. You had to use a key to get it. So first I created a pivot table with the years and the production country they were in. Then it gave me the sum, the revenue, and then only for Columbia Pictures because that's the company we're looking for. And then to figure out where each country lies within the region, I then use a VLOOKUP, as you can see right up here. I used the VLOOKUP to then see which region it was in using the data key that was given to us by you. That made it nice and easy, so I can then go in and see which countries belong in Europe, Asia, or other. Then I would just simply add the 2 for the year. And that's how I got my answer for that. Also, you just do new minus old divided by old to see the overall growth rate, and that belongs to the US. How many of in percent of Columbia's pictures over the last 3 years were received to vote average higher than 6? So that has a lot of conditions, so we simply just use a count ifs function. So first right here, what we did was we got the criteria for the range, so we started from 2013 to 2017. Those were in between here is the last 3 years. Then we went into the production company and only wanted Columbia Pictures because that's what we're looking for. And we got a total of 25 then we copied and pasted, and we just added a new criteria, which was the voting average right here, and we just made it nice and over 6 to get our answer. We then divided the two to get our percentage, which was 48. For number 6, which are the 3 most profitable genres, to do that, because the genres were in their own columns, what we did was we highlighted them, and then we went over here, pasted them into a list, and then we used the SUMIF function to then find the revenue for each genre. And then we color formatted it so we can see, as you can see, action, adventure, and comedy were the highest. Then for number 7, it's asking essentially the relationship between runtime and popularity, which is correlation. So we just did a simple correlation factor, or correlation function, to get the answer. This is, of course, after we cleaned up the data. And we got 0.17. And so this tells us 2 things. One, as runtime increases, the popularity would increase. However, because it's such a low number, the magnitude's so low that there's little to no runtime popularity. So, thank you for watching. Hope this was quick and concise. Have a good day, Professor.